Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race. Tonight, we got a fast seed for you guys because it's fast Ganon, casual, meaning guaranteed starting sword, and starting boots. So it's going to be crazy. And our featured runners tonight, Ravis, Duran, Tabby Cat 54, and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. Should be a fun night tonight. My name is The Shades, and joining me is my co-commentator, Glacial. Glacial, how we doing?
Pretty damn good. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's going to be crazy stuff here. We're just waiting on our final runner to ready up here in the background. It's time for the four. We've got a ton of runners in the back ready to go. So it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fast. I'm looking forward to this.
Indeed, we are getting the signal already. So, ladies and gentlemen of Hyrule, I have one question for you this time. Are you ready for some random?
Very nice.
And who knows me knows that's my opening line every race. Gotta love it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna using his file slot names to cheer on one of his competitors?
I'm getting the same vibe. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. That's interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen that on one of these runs before.
Neither have I. Let's see something new every day.
Absolutely. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. So it looks like it's going to be a standard mode race here, hence why we got casual mode here.
Makes sense. That means
everybody...
Sorry
to interrupt. We have an early map check. Looks like we had a pendant at Tower of Hera and Crystal 5 at Eastern and a Crystal at Death.
So did you say pendant at Desert or pendant at Hera?
Pendant at Hera. Okay, so we got a big... So we haven't got much early on here. We're waiting for those big ones. Power Glove at Uncle!
Just as you were saying, we got nothing, we get something.
Yeah, I kind of walked into that one, didn't I?
It's like you called it, only backwards.
With that, it looks like Ravis is going to be the first one of our runners into the castle dungeon.
I gotta say, I'm a fan of the sprite choices tonight.
Indeed, we got Sonic the Hedgehog here for Ravis, Duran playing a character from Toho. I can never remember names off the top of my head. Tabby got their own custom sprite, it looks like. And of course, Scruff Ninja Tuna playing as a Goomba.
I was super confused about Tabby's sprite there for a minute. I admit I don't have all of the possible sprites memorized, but that was not one I've seen before. It almost looks like a Togetic from Pokemon.
It might be. I can't keep up with all the sprites they've added on the newer editions, so I'm probably wrong about what that's supposed to be, but maybe someone in the chat will identify. I know the other three for sure.
Yeah, chat, if anybody has any idea what that sprite is, please let us know.
So far, nothing big in the dungeon proper, but we still have Zelda's treasure chest down below, so there might still be something here. Plus, since this is a standard mode run, it looks like we will probably be seeing the back end of Escape, because we will have to rescue the prince.
Yep, so right now they're just hoping for some bomb drops. And also, excuse you, you have shown so much disrespect to that piece of art. It got so mad at you, it came and got a friend to help him out. There's another piece of heart. Oh!
Ooh, Duran taking a death, and I don't think that one was planned.
I don't either. Duran didn't even make it into Zelda's cell. He's going to have to turn around and go all the way back.
That was not an intentional death. That's a press F right there. And again, I don't think you can actually take a death. I think the princess returns to herself if you die with her in tow.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
So that's going to put Durand in a huge disadvantage early on here, as Ravis now heading up back through the dungeon, heading up to the main castle halls on their way to the back.
Yep, right now it looks like Ravis does have a lead, small as it is, but fast seed, boots, who knows how much a small lead can snowball.
Absolutely, and how quickly it could change. That's the thing. Just because they got a good lead now doesn't mean they could make a wrong call, or someone else could make some proper execution and the right calls. And next thing you know, they're gonna take that lead and steal it. So this is way too early to call right now.
Absolutely. And Durand isn't even out of this one yet by any stretch of the imagination.
That's why I say disadvantage, not guaranteed fail.
But yeah, he was being very careful with that ball and chain knight again.
There's the map there for Ravis, but Ravis has got to be careful, running a little low on health. Can't take too many more hits.
So we have 2 items left to find in Escape, or 3? I think I lost count at some point.
It's hard to say for sure. The only problem is that none of our runners have any bombs, and they need to make sure that if they don't have a bomb before too long, they are not going to be able to check the back of Escape until they get out, because they're going to have to open up the back end the hard way. Oh, no, they got boots. What am I talking about? I am an idiot. I forgot. They have boots now. They can just run right through the door.
Hey, if you're an idiot, hammer.
Ooh, hammer.
Back of Escape, definitely someplace you want to stop. Don't forget that boots can open the wall like both Shades and I.
Yeah, that was a bit of a blank moment there. I forgot. Yeah, they have the Pegasus boots. They do not need bombs to open that particular wall.
I was feeling so smart too. I was going to point out that at least it wouldn't be a terribly difficult check because they have the gloves and can open up the tombstone. And nope.
That's exactly where I was about to go. And then I remembered, oh yeah, they've got, mirror at the sanctuary to finish everything off.
So not only was I not even close about how many were left, it was not 2 or 3, it was 4. We both somehow forgot that Back of Escape was a thing that they could definitely do without bombs. How did we get this commentating job again?
I'm usually better at this. You know, ask anyone who's heard me before. They know I'm better than this. We got a Bonk Cave check here from Ravis. This I do remember. And, Detour.
Bottle's going to be useful for being able to check Sick Kid. Not going to need to make a return trip to Kakariko for that, at least.
Yeah, indeed. And to answer your question, chat, Fast Ganon means that once they get the required number of crystals, which I believe is still 7 and has not been randomized, once they get the 7 crystals, they do not have to do Ganon's. And we got a lumberjack check here from Ravis. Nope. No Agaseed so far.
It's definitely not an Agaseed unless the Moon Pearl is on the pyramid, I don't think. They already have Dark World access. They just need to find a way to actually be able to do things there.
That's true. Got some magic there from the Hoarder Crab. Scruff Ninja already up the mountain. And Ravis on their way there as well. Quite a bit early to pull an early Death Mountain check, but not the worst thing it could do. And it looks like we'll be seeing Tabby Cat. She's going to be checking out the forest to see what's hiding out in there.
Yeah, they do have the mirror, which can get them into Hera. But as we've already discussed, Hera is just a pendant. But
there is something else, because they have the hammer, which means they can also check East Death Mountain, which has a ton of items.
Oh, yes, that's true. But how many items is it? Because if I recall correctly, I think Kakariko Village is 14 items in and of itself. Plus you're skipping the forest, and I think that 14 doesn't take into account the race game.
Possibly. It's a gamble nonetheless, but it's not a terrible gamble. Because you're getting like 7 items, I think, coming up East Death Mountain. So there's still a chance of finding something good there.
Yeah, and it's following the logic. The seed seems to want them to go up Death Mountain, which is why everybody except Tabby Cat has done it. Oh wait, sorry, no. Durand hasn't made a move yet. My mistake.
It's all right. We're gonna be checking back at the tavern, not having anything of value there. We are getting an early Hera check here from Scruff Ninja. Ooh, and it might not be a bad call because they find bombos inside. That might actually be value.
They do find bombos inside, but they don't find the big key, meaning it's locked in the basement. And ain't nobody got time for that right now.
Nope.
Still far too many places to check, both Death Mountain, South Shore, which nobody has gone to yet, and Kakariko Village. Hera is just too low chance of play for a pendant dungeon right now. They're not going to.
Absolutely. We also did find blue mail on Sick Kid. And we got half magic in the Chicken Shack. Kakariko is starting to look like a good play, at least for quality of life.
Yeah, Kakariko is definitely a nice quality of life play with those two. Less damage taken plus more magic to spend is just always nice, and no matter what seed you're in. Ravis also elects to note straight out of... Oh, there we go.
Talking Spiral Cave. Now we're getting somewhere. So both front plays not being bad calls here for different reasons. In fact, Kakariko's not looking too good otherwise. It's good for quality of life, but in terms of progression, it seems Death Mountain might have been the better play. But we still got quite a bit of Kakariko to check. There still could be a potential. And we'll see how the rest of Paradox Cave holds out.
Absolutely. Paradox Cave is always a good place to look, or as I like to refer to it, Escher Cave. But it might have been the better play to go towards Death Mountain from a purely progressive standpoint. But Kakariko is such a ubiquitous location. Everybody's going to go there eventually, and I don't... Oh, we found the empty chest. I don't think it's going to be too big an effect that that Tabby Cat has decided to do.
Oh, flippers!
Were those in Escher Cave?
Those were in Paradox Cave, yeah.
Right. Okay, so we're looking at hookshot, flippers, fast Dark World access, a mirror. Gee, I wonder where this seed could possibly be expecting us to go next.
It's definitely pointing us somewhere, that's for sure. Is Durand now picking up their blue mail? We're going to get a library check here from Tabby Cat. If there's something good, they can pick it up immediately since we have the boots.
Just 10 arrows. So this is a situation I don't think I've ever personally been in myself, so I'm not entirely certain. Do you need oh, wait, no, silly, dumb question.
Ooh, by the way, lamp in the dam, in the chest in the dam, which means no dark rooms for Scruff Ninja Tuna, and the others will probably be following suit not long after. Let's see what the dam itself is hiding once we drain the waters. And there's our other mail upgrades. We're gonna have red mail right out the gate.
This is probably the easiest red mail seed I have ever seen.
I was gonna Houlihan play from Ravis, by the way. Gonna get some early money.
It was an interesting Houlihan setup too. Bomb into the back of escape hole to get the Houlihan room set up. Normally, I always see the one jumping into the lake by the fairy fountain.
Well, they had flippers, so they couldn't do that trick.
Oh, yeah. I'll be over here if you need me.
I'm amazed I even remembered that, to be quite honest. So don't worry. But no, they had the flipper, so they couldn't do that trick, so they had to go for the bomb in the grave trick.
Well, Tabby Cat's just picked up her red mail, so she is as protected as you can possibly get with five hearts.
Yeah, this early on, having that red mail is going to become very useful for her later on. And Durand, once they get to the South Shore, won't be too much better or worse off. So we'll see. Meanwhile, Scruff Ninja Tuna heading into Ice Rod Cave. We're seeing a lot of the same checks now. They didn't find much in Mini Moldorn Cave, which is actually actually a rarity for these kind of seeds, but every once in a while it decides it wants to be stiff. And with all the items we've gotten so far, I'm not surprised that this is the case.
Yep, Mini Moldorm is generally a pretty good stop, but not this time. Meanwhile, I think Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, that is such a mouthful. I'm just going to call him Ninja. Ninja Tuna has set up the walking on water glitch.
Very impressive stuff there. Yeah, the water walk glitch. You know, not necessary since he does technically have flippers, but this saves him a lot of trouble. He can just run around full speed.
Did you see what he managed to spot on the island, the Hylia Island?
No, I did not. Wait, I think they said bow.
It's the bow.
Oh my lord. That is evil. So it means we need to find that Moon Pearl. We found Quake over in the Waterfall of Wish.
Yep, and it's technically in logic because we do have flippers.
That is true. And he does not have enough Zora yet, but he is going to check the Zora ledge to see if it's about... Oh, good thing he did. We've got Moon Pearl.
Definitely a nice stopover. All right, and with that, I believe they now have pretty much everything they need to do Swamp. That said,
that they do.
I don't know how useful it would be because Swamp is apparently also a pendant.
Isn't that how it always is? The easier it is to get him in a dungeon, the less likely it's going to be something of value. But then again, if there's one thing I've learned about these randomizers, especially in these later editions, always check pendant dungeons.
Very true. Meanwhile, Tabby might be a little upset. She's made it all the way to Zora, but doesn't have the flippers. So she sees the Moon Pearl on the ledge, but unless she knows unless there's some setup for the glitch I'm not aware of to walk on water from this position, she's gonna have to come back.
I believe there is technically a setup for that, but there's no easy way to do it. And unfortunately, life lesson from Zora, not surprised about that.
Yeah, she's rich enough. I don't think she's too upset. So here's the question for you then. You know, if you're Ninja, you know the location of the bow. You have everything you need for Dark World access. You can get into Swamp. Do you go for bow into pod first, or do you say the seed is sending me to Swamp, I go straight to Swamp? I mean, after getting your bow, obviously.
Yeah, you're gonna get the bow no matter what. Like that's a given. But in terms of what you're gonna do afterwards, that's the gamble right there. Because no matter which way you go, you're taking a risk. Because if one of those locations doesn't pay off, and the other one does, you're basically gonna get screwed. It's really just it's a coin flip at that. But then again, as chat points out, if you got the bow and you've got the mirror, not only can you do pod, you can do Eastern right afterwards.
Very true, and they even have the lantern so that everything about it is in logic.
Yeah, so I'd say go for the pod Eastern play.
Especially
speaking of, Duran's up there by Eastern. He's checking Sir Hassela's closet. I don't think he's seen the bow on the Lake Hylia Island, otherwise he'd probably be staying away from this area for right now. But he gets a swag net out of it. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I suspect that what we're gonna see. Oh, well, never mind.
Nope, Scruff is heading up to the north area. Looks like he's heading up to Village of Outcast.
It's interesting that he has decided not to go straight for that bow, because I was about to say I expect him to go ahead and wrap up Kakariko and then turn and head straight for the bow into Eastern Palace and pod, but doesn't seem to be his plan.
Duran making the early play into Eastern. Obviously, we now know this is probably not the best of calls since we know the bow is easily accessible, but he has not been to Death Mountain yet. He does not have his flippers, so he does not know.
Yep, hasn't made it to Death Mountain, hasn't made it to Zora. Normally, I don't mind the route Durand has basically taken. Kakariko to South Shore and then turn for Eastern Palace. Normally that's a relatively safe play, but this time it's just unfortunate that that's not the play that the others have taken.
Indeed. Ravis now heading over to Hobo. I don't think we've seen this play yet. And it's a sword upgrade. We've got Master. So right now, I think our eyes are mostly on Durand, who's doing the Eastern Palace play. Hasn't found much yet, but everyone else is doing checks we've already seen.
Yep. After Scruff McNinja, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, why am I so bad at this? After Ninja turns and finishes Kakariko, he's already set up a portal to go back into the Dark World. So I suspect we're going to see some Dark World Thieves Town checks pretty much immediately after. But yeah, right now everyone's just retreading common ground.
Ravis now heading up to Zora. He's going to be getting his Moon Pearl since he does have the flippers. He'll be very happy about going this.
And Tabby Cat manages to find her a hook shot, so
they'll be getting their flippers here pretty soon. And as you called it, Scruff Ninja Tuna now heading into Thieves Town.
Thieves Town is a required dungeon, and I think you can full clear it at this point, right?
Oh, absolutely. Thieves Town does not need much to full clear. So usually it's one of the first dungeons you're going to go to in the Dark World in terms of randomizers, because there's 4 easy items right in the front, and depending on how good you are with blind, it's an easy fight.
Yep. I think the only boss without RNG, right?
Technically, if you know how to maneuver, you can script the boss fight in your favor, but that takes some rather good skill to pull off. So not everyone can pull it off. So otherwise, it's usually a pretty RNG bot.
That's fair. It's absolutely beyond my skill level. You're
not alone there, my friend. Oh, let's go get a Hyper Gripe Cave chick for Ravis.
First time we've seen this.
Indeed. What do we got here?
Our container.
Definitely a lot of love and some money. Oh, we got a red potion. That's still, considering we already had a bottle, I'd say that's a 2 out of 10 trash can.
I think you're ranking it too high. 1 out of 10.
No, I give the bottle at least, because it's got a red potion, I'm giving it a 2 out of 10, but that's about all it's getting.
All right. Okay, I can see that. You've convinced me.
I try to be a fair judge here. Come on. It's now getting their lamp, and also Scruff Ninja Tuna heading to the top end here. Gonna set up the skylight. Ooh, finds Ice Rod. That's nice. Considering Turtle Rock is a crystal.
It's absolutely nice for the runners. It's disappointing for me because the Great Ice Rod Hunt is my favorite game, and I've never seen it played.
You never got the fun of that, huh?
No, not yet. I've been very lucky.
Ravis making the Swamp Palace play. I have seen a few good Ice Rod hunts in my day.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, Ice Rod was very accessible very early. I'm not surprised that somebody has gone straight.
So now we also need to keep our eyes peeled on Ravis as he is exploring Swamp Palace. And there's the other rod! Fire Rod! Wow! What are the odds of...
It's nice and symmetrical, isn't it? Find Ice Rod, and then about a minute later, somebody else finds the Fire Rod. None of the runners may know where both are, but we do.
Alright, Scruff Ninja Tuna now picking up the Maiden. I guess they haven't found the small key yet, and given there's only 2 locations left, there's a good chance that the small key may be locked inside its own chest.
Very possible. We'll have to see what blind drops. Meanwhile, unlike all of the other runners, Duran saw the bombos at Hera and was like, you know what? I think I am going to go ahead and do the basement.
See if it pays off.
If it pays off, this is going to be the big key. If it pays off, though, and there's something important here in Hera, I think Duran will have made a phenomenal call that the others won't get back to anytime soon.
Indeed. Ravis now finds the third of our medallions. We now have all three in play. But I did not see what blind dropped.
I think it was just arrows.
So that means the small key's locked inside the big chest. No problem there. But Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna draws first blood, gets our first crystal of the race. Very cool about that as Duran is heading up there, Hera now into the main area. And Ravis in the back end of Swamp Palace. We're seeing a lot of different checks here very fast. Keep your eyes peeled as best you can.
I like how open the seed became very quickly. Like, all of the runners completely diverged as soon as they got out of escape, pretty much.
Indeed. We also found Book of Medora there on Ravis's end.
And we found the cape inside the brewery.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Meanwhile, finally somebody stops and picks up that bow. Tabby Cat has the first bow.
Possibly a lot of our other runners are looking to see if they can find the other bow upgrade, because I believe the bows are now progressive, meaning if you find the other bow, it ends up being the silver.
They very much are. That said, I've seen a couple of seeds recently, and more than a couple of them have been, more than half of them at least, I think, have had the second bow locked behind the first bow. So I don't necessarily know of any reason why you would want to sit on knowing where a bow is but not picking it up.
Fair point. Duran finishing up in Tower of Hera, getting the red pendant. May not be very useful right now, but on the off chance it's a pet seed. That might give them an advantage later on, but that's a gamble no matter what. Down goes Argus for Ravis. And drops, hey, red.
Very nice. I know people say that blue boomerang best boomerang, but I'm sorry. Red boomerang is so much better. I'm just full of controversial opinions today, apparently.
Hey, red's my favorite too. Don't feel bad. I'm a man of red. If anyone's ever seen my channel. And Tabby Cat now heading into what me and Dr. Bob Tastic like to call the Mullet Mansion. You don't know why. Basically, when it comes to Palace of Darkness, most of the keys tend to be located towards the front. Most of the good items tend to be located more towards the back. So like any good mullet, it's business in the front, party in the back.
That's such a good explanation. Meanwhile, Ravis has decided, you know what? I'm going to go check. Oh, desert. And on the desert ledge, we see the red cane of Samaria.
Oh, well, we're definitely going to be on our way to pick that up here in a little bit.
It's a good find for the runners and a little bit disappointing for me because, as somebody in chat has pointed out, before finding that, the only way this could really be a pedestal seed is if it was Flute or Cane of Samaria on the pedestal.
So now we're already one item away from denying a pet seed.
It's on live support already, and we're only 27 minutes in.
So yeah. So we're going to see a desert play here from Ravis. This one's also a crystal dungeon, so this is required. And thankfully, he's got both fire sources, so that's going to be helpful. Meanwhile, Scruff checking out Skull Woods, of all places. A little early to be checking this out, but then again, it's got some good items in it. You never know when you might find a good item or two in there.
Yeah, but until he makes a trip down to Swamp, he's not going to be able to clear it. And even if he did, it's just dependent.
That's true. So he's just item hunting at this point.
That said, we are simultaneously seeing, I think, 3 new dungeons at once.
Yeah, I can't even keep up with all of them anymore.
You know who can, though?
The chat.
Crackers.
And our trackers, yeah, absolutely. Shout out to our trackers, D2 Kemps and Tau Decay, keeping us on track here.
They're doing a great job. I always end up so lost if I don't have somebody to track stuff for me.
Now Ravis now heading down to that desert ledge. So, as my good buddy Phantom Ryu always likes to say, that's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane!
Very nice. If I didn't have to hold down my push to talk button to do it, I would give you a clap.
That's appreciated nonetheless.
Durand is finally heading up to Zora, having found the flippers and the hook shot. So they're going to get their Moon Pearl. And you think they think that they're behind yet? I feel like they've got it at this point.
Oh, I'm sure they're feeling it at this point. Between the death and the dungeon run, and now they have to be feeling like they've fallen behind at some point once they see after seeing all the items they found. Then again, after how many interviews I've done with runners, they always feel like they're behind. They never feel, unless the circumstances allow it, they rarely ever feel like they're ahead.
That's fair.
Oh, and that's the end of our pet seed. Plute has been found in King's Tomb. Meanwhile, down goes very quick Landmola's kill for Ravis.
So that's in very short succession. Ravis with 2 crystals and Mr. Scruff McNinja killing my hopes and dreams.
Yeah, at this point, we are in no mode. We have everything. The only thing that would help at this point are sword upgrades and silvers. But in terms of progression to get to Ganon, we are in no mode. Also,
that is an extremely fast no mode.
That is very true. And meanwhile, the goose is loose, which means honk. Oh, crap. K points out a very good fact. We are 1 glove short. We are missing Titan's Mitt.
How is it a Titan's Mitt's no mode at this point? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Maybe not for you, but I have seen that happen for the million.
Clearly, I just don't play this game enough. I should fix that.
Or at the very least, do enough commentary for it like I do. I don't speedrun this. I just commentate. And yeah, Wolfman in the chat points out a good fact. Both me and him were at GDQ, hence why I had to do the honk meme. I was there. In fact, there were a couple times I was sitting right next to the good old dancing dad.
Ravis has finally gotten around to picking up his bow, so that'll be useful for him.
Now comes the... Oh, we got a digging gameplay here from Scruff Ninja 2, and I don't think we've seen this.
I don't think we have either. I certainly haven't. Looks like it's 8 digs to a piece of heart.
Yeah, so vanilla, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. More or less, at least. Could be worse. Could always be, like 28 digs to a single rupee.
I've seen stuff like that happen before. Got a mirror cave check here as well. Nothing much there, unfortunately, as Teddy Cat now heading on their way to Helmsar.
This will be the first Helmsar King we've seen. Tabby Cat's not the first person to dip in there, but it looks like she's going to be the first person to clear it.
I also got a bumper cave check there from Duran, but it's only a shield upgrade, which means we won't be seeing Mirror Shield tonight.
Nope. Which is always a bit of a shame. I know a lot of people don't like it because it causes lag, but I always think that it's just ridiculous watching a character run around with a shield taller than they.
Tabby Cat now taking on Helmassar King, trying to hit those hammer strats just right. Gonna rely on bow strats here because they've only got Master Swords, so they don't really have enough power to be swinging that. But it's not easy, especially if they don't have silvers, because it's gonna take a few shots.
Nah, but looks like Tabby Cat's got this taken
She
care of.
knows what she's doing. She's got this.
And her reward is
Just a piece of heart.
It's because you insulted that first one at the very beginning. Now they're absolutely everywhere.
Well, to be fair, this is something I've always talked about when it comes to randomizers. Is you get a lot of items very early on, you start to hit a wall where that one item just likes to hide on everybody, and it takes forever to find it. Though, funny enough, last time I said that, about a week ago, as soon as I said that, we hit no mode. Like, literally, as I'm saying it, they find the last item.
So that's why you went safe and said it now, huh?
I was trying to see if lightning would strike twice.
Would have been impressive.
Yes, it would have been. I don't believe that Ravis checked left side swamp, and there are still 2 items in play over there, so there might be a chance there's something over there, unless I missed him going back in and checking.
I didn't see it either. Meanwhile, Tabby Cat having picked... wait. I thought I saw Tabby Cat pick up a bow.
Could have sworn they did. We'll double check their items here.
Well, assuming that I'm not crazy, which is never a safe assumption with me, but assuming I'm not crazy, Tabby Cat's going to be the first person to be able to get to the Armless Knights and clear them.
Yeah, and actually, check confirmed. Yeah, she had to have the bow because that's what she used to kill Helmassar King a little bit ago.
Oh, right, duh.
Hey, you know what?
Thinking, not always the best of friends.
Hey, you know what? With as many things as our trackers have to keep an eye on, you can't blame them for missing an item every once in a blue moon. I've tracked before. I've done it.
Same here. It is difficult.
Plus, as ALTTP points out, sometimes the tracker just likes to eat your inputs and it just doesn't want to light up the item, even though you swear you click.
I'm gonna use that the next time I just totally miss an item pickup in my next track.
All right, now it's Ravis taking on Helmassar. Meanwhile, Scruff Ninja heading up to Argus. Tabby Cat working their way through. Working their way through. Scruff Ninja Tuna has it even harder than Ravis did because he's only got Fighter Sword, and yet he is not going for the hammer strats. He's not going to do Menu Simulator 2020. He's going to go it the hard way.
Always a disappointment.
Raverman.
I absolutely love watching that. I don't know why. It's just something that gives me a sort of sadistic glee. It's like pause, pause, pause.
You just seem to be quite the sadist from what I'm seeing.
I really am, and it's a shame. It's like it's not even a fair sadism because I hate it when it happens to me.
But now Scruff using Fire Rod strats to double the damage there on Argus. Not a bad call there. You get a good shot in, and down goes the octopus.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I think what it is just I always hope for the most trolly annoying things to happen to the runners because I don't want the seed to end.
Also, we almost missed the blind pun of the day. The blind store is curtain death.
Is curtain what? You cut out.
I said the blind store is curtain death.
I don't get it. Not the point. Anyways, Tabby Cat is on to Armos Knights, so we'll see what the... I've lost track of the total items that we found in there already, so we'll see if they have an item in just a second. But yeah, that'll be her second crystal.
Nope, no item there, but he's got no good item there, but gets the crystal. And chat, let's be honest with ourselves here. Just like GDQ, if you ain't cringing, we're doing something. So there are still a few checks we have left. I know we've checked out most of Skull Woods, but we didn't finish it. I think they did find all the items there. We still have Catfish. Graveyard Ledge we know was checked, because King's Tomb is also checked. Pyramid Ledge I don't think has been checked yet. We are very quickly running out of locations.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... It's going to be interesting because, yeah, at this point, they're almost out of things that haven't been checked yet, so it's got to be sometime soon.
Yeah, the fact that the Titans missed the last item means that they're running out of checks because, yeah, Smiths can't do them because we don't have Titans mitts. And that also means Purple Chest is out, Peg Cave is out, Bat is out.
I take for granted a lot of things the Titans mitts open up. I've never seen them this late, and so it's like, they can check, oh wait, no, they need the Titans mitts. But what about, no, they need it for that too.
Yeah, I'm looking at my map. We've got, if Skullwoods has been cleared out, then yeah, really, we only have 4 item spots left. Or no, 3, because we already checked the Gamon's Cave. But yeah, Left Side Swamp is still in play, which means I'm starting to think that needs to be they need to go back there, because that's 2 items that they missed. But we have Pyramid Ledge, Catfish, and Ether Tablet are the only 3 spots left in play that have not been checked. And if they're very brave, well, actually no, we got Magic Cave, didn't we? So that would put Spike Cave in logic.
Yep, there is Cape.
So yeah, Spike Cave. So 4 locations. Meyer is out because they need Titans mitts to open the portal to get to Misery Mountain.
Like I said, you just take it for granted. So many things need Titans mitts, but most of the time you find them before you ever realize you need them.
Exactly. Now, Tabby Cat and Durand both checking out. Will either one of them finally make the brave call to check Left Side Swamp? And will it be the payoff?
That is the very important question that we're dealing with right now.
And then if it is in Left Side Swamp, how long before Ravis and Scruff Ninja Tuna finally go back and check?
I mean, it's got to be soon, right? Oh, somebody in chat has pointed out 5 and 6 are Swamp Palace and Eastern Palace, so I think Pyramid Fairy is available too, unless I'm
That's true.
forgetting
Pyramid
something.
Fairy, well, nobody's completed both of them yet, but a couple of Scruff and Ravis are very close to that. And actually, so is Tabby, since she's going to be finishing up Swamp pretty soon. So we got 3 of our runners very much in position to check Pyramid Fairy. That should be interesting.
Yeah, but it looks like Tabby is going to make the play into left side Swamp. So if this is where she finds the next progression item to eventually reach the mitts, that's going to probably be a big play, because I don't know when Ravis or Ninja are going to make their way back there.
Also, shout out to the 85 viewers who joined us here from Speed Gaming 1. Glad to have you here.
Welcome. So yeah, it looks like Durand has also elected to skip left Swamp. Not surprising, considering how behind they must feel. But that does mean that Tabby is the only one who's checking this. So if something big shows up, that's going to be big advantage to Tabby Cat.
Indeed, let's find out if it pays off. Well, there's the big key, so that opens up one more possible check. Because nobody's checked the big chest yet, since the big key's over here. And on the other side, there's the map. So
That was such an anticlimax. I was so expecting something right then.
Yeah, but that big chest could be the play.
It absolutely could be.
I think that leaves one item left in play.
Yep, and Ravis looks like is going to be checking Pyramid Ledge.
Actually, they just remembered, wait a minute, I've got Pyramid Fairy available. Oh, and Swamp's a bust.
I was so pulling for Tabby Cat to have.
I
made
know,
a
right? You were just
fantastic
hoping
call.
beyond hope that maybe she'd be able to pull ahead.
I still have faith. Meanwhile, Ninja is wrapping up Eastern Palace, so in just a couple of seconds, they'll also have access to the pyramid. And it's feeling more and more like that might be exactly what they need.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, what a close call there by Ravis. Running just fast enough to get the bomb to respawn before it went off. Another half second, they would have lost that.
Gave me a little bit of a heart attack just to watch that. It's like
Okay,
Red
so
Ruby
Pyramid
on the
Ledge is a
pyramid.
bust. Is it in the Pyramid Fairy?
I think it's got to be.
300 rupees. And there it is!
There it is.
And judging, actually no, they are still one item short. They have not found Ice Rod, so they are not in go mode.
Not yet. If I remember correctly, Ice Rod is in the attic of Thieves Town, though, which is something that is definitely going to be checked. So it all depends on just when they get.
Exactly. We are definitely in no mode, though. That is for sure.
Oh yeah, right. He's also missing Flute, but it looks like he's about 3 seconds away from getting it, as it is in.
Oh, he's got to check Graveyard Ledge first, but yeah, he's pretty much going to check King's Tomb on the way out. He's getting his Flute. That is pretty much a safe bet.
He's absolutely getting his Flute. So yeah, Ravis is. I don't know if there's a term for it, but there's basically no way that he's going to end up missing go mode at this.
Now, as long as he goes to King's Tomb, yeah, go mode is pretty much certain to be his. So I'd say he's got a pretty good advantage coming out of.
Yeah,
and of course, he is definitely going there.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, because I suspect now that he's about to find the Flute, what will happen is he'll go activate it and then do Thieves Town, because he's right there and he may as well.
It would be a smart call if he pulls that off. Now, he might just activate. He also might just activate his Flute and go somewhere else.
I
So
wouldn't be surprised to see him activate and go straight to the mire, but I honestly think that would be a bit of a mistake, just because you're already in Kakariko Village. I almost called it Twilight Town, which is definitely not right.
yeah, but he is setting up the portal for Dark World. He's going to the Dark World first, so he might be going to. If he goes down to Village of Outcasts, Go mode is locked, and that is exactly what he's doing. I think we could pretty much call Go mode very soon for Raven.
Yep. Meanwhile, Tabby Cat is checking one of the tablets, and it's just $20.
I believe someone else has already checked that.
Oh,
Last I
really?
recall.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw one of the other runners.
They did. There's too much on screen.
I'm amazed I'm keeping up as much as I have. All right, he opens up these down, but he's going to check the rest of Village of Outcasts first to see what else is here. Can't blame him on that one. That's what I would have done.
He finds his cape, at least, so I don't expect him to need it, but just in case, it's there.
Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, I always say.
Durand is picking up his cane of Samaria, so that is one step closer for him. Has he not seen the bow? I think he must not have.
Ooh, that could cost him. Yeah, I don't think he's ever been to Lake Island to check that. Tadake points out that since they don't have silvers, that cape actually will come in handy. They can do the cape strats on Vitria.
That is a good point. And in fact, even though he's definitely hitting Go mode soon, I would not be terribly surprised to see him continue to open chests on a semi-regular basis. He's sitting on Master Sword Silverless. Blue Mail's nice, but I always prefer to avoid Master Sword Silverless if I can.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I mean, if you got at least Temper Sword, maybe, but Master Sword Silverless, you want to avoid that as much as possible because it is a nightmare trying to fight Ganon that way.
It's just an absolute slog. It can be done, and a lot of runners are very, very good at it, so I wouldn't at all be surprised to see it, but it takes forever.
Durand now finishing off Vitrius, getting his crystal over in Desert Palace, while Scruff Ninja Tuna working on Pod, and it looks like Tabby Cat's going to head up to Catfish. We're going to finally see what that holds. We know it ain't going to be much, but if it has those silvers, that could still be a big advantage, or if a sword upgrade is.
Absolutely, especially because I wouldn't be surprised to see Tabby be one of the only people to check. It's just so out of the way, and it's only one check because they've already done Zora, that I can very easily see the other runners decide, I'm going to check some other places first, find Go mode, and just absolutely piece on right out.
All right, let's see what the Catfish has for us.
Meanwhile, at 1 minute and 32 seconds, Ravis has picked up his Ice Rod.
Oh, so that means I get to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you check your phones, your watches, your timekeeping devices at this time, you will find that Ravis has officially entered Go Mode time.
Yep, and it was a good time for him to enter Go Mode, too, because it means he's going to be able to Go Mode both the Mire and Turtle Rock, and both of those can be very much not fun if you have to full clear.
Absolutely, yeah. This is a very good run here for Ravis, being able to Go Mode Misery Mire and Turtle Rock.
Tabby Cat's picked up her flute, so she's got to be feeling pretty good about that. She's still Red Cane and an Ice Rod away from Go Mode, it looks like, though, so she needs to make her way down to Desert for the Cane and over to Thieves Town for the Ice Rod.
Ravis doing a very good job here with blind here. Starting to take a few hits. It's always trickier to keep the script going on that last phase, but takes him down with very little.
Just between you and me, blind is quite possibly my least favorite boss in this game. It's not anything special. It feels like I always have to do blind really early, which means I'm doing it at low health with probably a low armor rating, and I always die. It is a secret, no longer secret, passionate hatred for blind.
Absolutely, no, I agree. I did a casual randomizer a while back, and blind owned me for like several runs. Everyone rise for the Link to the Past national anthem. And that's one more goose loose there for Ravis. So that's 3 of our 4 runners now with their flutes activated. Now, the other cool thing is for Ravis is that on his way to Turtle Rock, he's going to have several item checks along the way. I would not be surprised if he decides to go for those just to see what he can find. In fact, he's going to head up. He's probably going to check Meyer's shed here as well. No, he's going straight for Meyer. We don't even have to worry about what medallions require. We know he's got all 3. And it looks like it's Bombos for this one.
Ravis must feel very confident in his Master Sword Silverless. Absolutely would not surprise me, but the Meyer Shed is not a particularly difficult or time-consuming check, so...
Like I said, yeah, Meyer Shed won't take much time at all. I would have checked it just to see if it had anything. And again, on the way up, you've got Super Bunny Cave and Hookshot Cave right there. Just check those, because if they have either a sword upgrade or silvers, you're set at that point.
Absolutely. That said, the way he has been kind of beelining through to Misery Mire and skipping the shed makes me worry that he's pretty confident in what he's got. He might just go for it. Meanwhile, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna is bringing his big red bomb over to the pyramid, so in just a couple of seconds, they're going to be able to pick up their Titan Smiths.
Uh-oh, keep your eye on Tabby Cat. She's heading into the back end of Skull Woods. Is she going to actually fight Mothula? Oh, wait a minute. We're getting a pet check. We're going to see what's actually on the pedestal here. What is it?
It's the shovel.
Oh, where's my buddy JTN when we need him? Because we've got Master Shovel.
You're not supposed to use that as a weapon. Not unless you've got blue armor, at least.
Oh, what a time to see Master Shovel.
The worst part is, there's definitely nobody going to be getting that, which means we'll never know what's in the dig spot.
Nope. Nope. And I'm going to laugh so hard if that's where one of the sword guys said this, but yet, if that's where the silvers are.
I think it would be oddly fitting if it was a sword. It's like, we could have just stuck this sword in the pedestal, but instead we're going to go and bury it in a grove, and we're going to take our shovel, and we're going to put it where the sword should have gone, and that makes total sense. Don't question. I'm not entirely certain, but I think Ravis was trying to set up Spooky Glitch, I think it's called.
Oh yeah, Spooky Glitch. Yeah. It's a new one, actually.
Yeah, it's relatively new. I haven't actually had time to learn too many of the details about it. But I think the intention was to be able to skip going into the dark room and hitting that colored switch due to special manipulation of the fire rod and some anti-fairies. Doesn't look like it worked for him though, so...
Now we got a victorious fight here for Ravis. He's one of our first ones to fight the giant collection of eyeballs. So he's very almost out of magic already. So he's gonna have to fight the hard way from here on out. Gonna be relying up.
Sorry. Yeah, he took a lot of fire rod shots trying to set that up. Cost him most of his magic, even with half magic. And that's why he had to bail out on the cape strat pretty early.
But he got through the small ones, and all he's going to do now is just fire some shots with the arrows, and down goes Vitreous.
8
and
arrows.
Get some health back.
8 arrows, and the eyeball goes down.
All that's left for him now is good old Turtle Rock. Oh, we're going to see what's over on the Ether tablet. We haven't seen this yet.
I hope it's funny.
Nope.
I am disappointed in you, game. At this point, I just always hope that whatever happens next is funny. I don't really have much left to hope for. No Ped Seed. They're not going into Ganon's Tower at all, so there's no chance of a double dip Ganon's Tower. Like, all the most awful things that could happen, they're already off the table, so at this point I'm just hoping for comedy.
Rave is stocking up on potions over there at the potion shop. Meanwhile, Scruff Ninja Tuna heading over to Spike Cave. Yeah, well, Vanilla Kate O'Brien.
That I did not expect. Alright, it looks like Ravis is making the final ascent to Turtle Rock in the Light World, which means no Super Bunny Cave, and if pattern holds, probably no Hookshot Cave, and probably no, oh wait, yeah, probably no Hookshot Cave, and probably no, Mimic Cave.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. We got another bottle on the floating island there as well. We haven't seen that yet, so... Yeah, unless he finds something here in Turtle Rock along the way to getting all the keys he needs, it's likely going to be, that's it. He's going with every...
He's decided he wants off this seed right now, and he's going to do everything he can as quickly as possible to make it happen. Not necessarily a terrible strategy if you're confident in your Master Sword Silver list. He does have an absolutely commanding lead at this point. The next most crystals any other runner has is 4.
Yeah, none of our other runners are even go mode. Scruff Ninja Tuna, flipped up there. Scruff Ninja Tuna is the only one who's closest, as they've got 4 crystals, but they've also haven't done desert yet, so they still need Cane of Samaria. But they're the only other ones that are close.
Ravis just made like all of the good decisions this run.
Yeah, from the get-go, he's had a pretty good lead going in, and he has just not let go. Oh, but we're gonna see a Hookshot Cave check and a Super Bunny Cave check here from Scruff Ninja Tuna, since they are still looking for that Cane of Samaria. They don't know they can't go to Turtle Rock yet.
I feel like he has to know he can't go to Turtle Rock, right? Like, he's not making a mistake. He's just hoping he can find the red cane.
But he doesn't, because we know where it's at, and he's not going to find it there. But unfortunately, it also proves that we found nothing on Dark Death Mountain, so that was a total bust.
That's very uncommon. There's normally at least something there, but you said it earlier, this seed was just so generous right up front that it's not totally out of the realm of possibility that just pretty much everything else is just not going to show up. I wouldn't be surprised if both swords were in Ganon's Tower at this point.
Yeah, I think Ganon's Tower is hiding. There's a lot of items in Ganon's Tower, since we don't need to run it. Nobody's going to go there. Nobody is going to touch Ganon's Tower because they don't feel like they need to. I mean, the only reason you would go into Ganon's Tower in a seed like this is if you still had Fighter Sword by this point. None of our runners have Fighter Sword anymore. If that's what they're going to have to deal with, is get Master Sword Silver, that's what they're going to deal with. Unless they honestly don't think they can do it.
Yeah, and we know Ravis definitely thinks he can do it. Looks like he found what he was looking for, so he's heading back, and he's heading all the way down into the depths of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he's not even checking the big vanilla big key chest. He's going straight in. And he's probably going to turn left here, or turn right here. He's not even going to check Mimic Cave or Big Chest or any of that. He's just going to go straight up.
Well, Scruff Ninja Tuna has cleared Tower of Hera, picked up a red pendant. And Tabby Cat has picked up her 4th crystal. So that puts... I was going to say that puts all the runners back on an even kill, but Duran just picked up his 5th.
And Ravis just found the last key he needed. He's not even going to have to go to Laser Bridge.
Just always a little bit of a shame. Part of me wants to say he might do it anyways just because Laser Bridge is not terribly difficult if you can do it relatively well, but he skipped
wait.
What do I know?
We both kind of caught foot and mouth disease on that one.
Yeah, totally skips everything on the way here, and then he does Laser Bridge.
Like, we honestly thought he wasn't going to do Laser Bridge. Like, it made too much sense for him to skip Laser Bridge, but no, he's going to do Laser Bridge.
He does have the...
And gets nothing for it.
Ouch. It's just an interesting decision to go ahead and pick up Laser Bridge after skipping literally everything on Dark Death Mountain and on the way through. Like, he did have the cape, and there's a magic refill, so it doesn't cost him anything, but that's an interesting one. I can't quite explain the logic there. I'm sure he had one, I just don't know what it could be.
We can always ask him about it when he comes in later.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Ravis is on his last boss before Ganon.
Yep, and Duran has officially entered Go mode. He has his Titan's mitts.
Still missing his flute, though.
Oh, yep, fair point. Fair point. Nice hammer strats there by Ravis. Takes a pretty decent kill off of Trinex there. What does he get for his last bit of trouble?
Sword?
Nope. Just a piece of heart. And Scruff taking on Mothula. That's going to be his second pendant. He's not going to do what I think he's going to do, is he? I mean, he can already check the pedestal. He knows he's going to know it's not a ped seed.
Yeah, but if he blind pulls the pedestal and gets a shovel, we might actually get to see what's in the dig spot.
That would require him doing Ice Palace. I will be shocked if he does Ice Palace. I will be straight honest. As Tabby Cat getting some counterfeit rupees from the swords.
Oh, shows what we know. He is also doing Hookshot Cave.
I think he just wants to try to check all the stuff he can before he goes in again because he wants to be, you know, off the off chance. If there's an easy check he can get to be prepared, he'll be prepared. And now Scruff's going to learn that all that pendant hunting was about to be for... Can you digger?
I've actually never seen the text for the shovel on the thing before.
Wait. Ravis, what are you doing?
Ravis? You do remember what the seed is, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume he's just going in here to check for items. That's the only logic I can see out of this, because there is no other reason to go into this Ganon's tower. Oh, that's the tease. Big key on the torch.
That's the first time in a long time I've seen that, and they started with boots.
No. What are you doing? What are you doing?
He has forgotten what the seed is. Oh, I think you might have just remembered.
I think he just remembered. And unfortunately, that cost him either way because I can now announce that, ladies and gentlemen, Banta has taken first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 22 seconds. And Aussie 101 has followed up right behind him with 109.12. So, yeah, Ravis is not getting the lead tonight.
He's still probably going to take the win from the restream channels, but I don't know if Master Sword Silverless Ravis had a chance at first place if he hadn't made that mistake, but that just feels awful.
That does.
After he started it, I'm almost sad that he didn't continue it because he got us all excited for nothing and then just bailed out. Like, it's for the best that he did, but...
Yeah. We're going to have to ask him about that later.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, he is heading into the Ganon fight. Master Sword Serverless, here we go. We'll at least get a hint into where the silvers are.
Yep, there's absolutely no chance he's going to go.
Oh, never mind. We just found him. Scruff Ninja Tuna got him.
Oh,
they're in the purple chest. And I think Tabby Cat got those as well. Because I know I saw her grabbing the purple chest earlier.
Did we just miss it?
Yeah, completely missed it. Tabby Cat's had him this whole time. Oh, Ravis better be careful. He is in trouble here.
I think he's already used the red potion he found in the bottle too, but he went shopping, right?
Yeah, he's stocked up on blue potions. He's just holding off on them as long as he can. Since he's going to need all the magic he can get to deal with the torches, even with torch glitch. Ganon being trolly with the warps tonight, too. We're also going to get Mimic Cave played. Duran checking Mimic Cave, and again, they're still looking for that flute, not knowing it's in Kingston. Okay, well, that's technically true. The purple chest starts in the dark world, so that's technically true, but that's not, I mean, oh, and he didn't get torch glitch.
Oh, no.
That's going to make this that much harder because when you're doing Master Sword Silverless, torch glitch is nearly essential.
Yep, definitely. It's, I believe, 24 Master Sword spins to kill Ganon like this, and it's going to take a long time.
Get comfy, folks. This is going to be a while.
I think with the blue potions he's got, yeah, he doesn't have to worry terribly much about running out of magic, but it's just going to take that much longer having to relight both torches every.
Yep.
I'm just glad he didn't die. Sitting on one heart for a long time in that fight. And as I think one of the trackers pointed out in the comments earlier, he intentionally skipped his red mail.
Yeah. He's still sitting on blue mail. He's the only one of our runners still sitting on blue mail. That is dangerous. Because again, Hug will take a lot of health, even with red mail. But with blue mail, it's going to be pretty harsh.
Yeah, his only saving grace in that regard is all those pieces of heart that we picked up have left him with... How many hearts is that? 17? 17 hearts.
Jeez. And bear in mind, folks, that his use of magic also depends on whether or not he's able to hit every shot. If he misses too often and has to waste that magic, that's going to be even harder for him. So he has to make every shot. I also forgot to note earlier that when Banta finished their run, they actually improved their PB by a full 10 minutes.
Wow, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Well, while Ravis continues to chip away at Ganon's health, it's worth checking in with the others. Durand is just entering Trinex's room, so he's about to wrap
Oh,
up
and we've got bacon!
Never mind.
We've got bacon for Bravis as he enters the final door and finishes in third place with official SRL time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 33 seconds, and improves their personal best by a full 14 minutes and 17 seconds.
I suppose Fast Ganon is definitely living up to its name this time. Well, not the Ganon part, but the fast, definitely. I think that actually might be faster than the stream I saw like last week, I think it was, in which somebody had all crystals at 59 minutes and 48 seconds, and we're making their way to Ganon's tower. Meanwhile, Durand has wrapped up Turtle Rock, I believe, and is now clearing Hookshot Cave. No.
And we've got Ravis joining us here in the call. Ravis, GG on your PB.
Yeah, GG. I mean, I don't play this mode too often, but PB is a PB. I take that.
So, first question I have to ask is, what made you think about going into Ganon's tower?
Muscle memory. It was simply the muscle memory. Like, all right, 7 crystals. Let's get the GT Bicky. I got the GT Bicky, and I'm looking to the right, and I still had the schedule open for today's daily, and it said Fast Ganon. And I was like, dude, not again, not again, not again. It happened before. It happened before. It happened again.
Oh man, it's so good.
Well, at least I found the big key, right? So
you did. It was big key on the torch. It was the first check you did.
How often do you see that? And of course, it's the one time you don't need it.
Yeah.
I think that's always the lie.
I mean, that seed was pretty much free. I guess sequence breaking Death Mountain was amazingly good this seed. Yeah.
You absolutely killed it.
So,
like,
alright, where are all the swords? Where's the silvers?
So,
okay.
as for the...
We can answer silvers, because silvers were on purple chest.
Ooh.
As for the sword, we have no idea. Oh wait, Durand has found one.
Yeah.
And I didn't see where it was. But other than that, like, nobody has gotten beyond Master Sword this run.
Oh, just chat just said Mimic Cave, dang.
Mimic Cave.
Alright.
Mimic Cave. So you literally walked right by it. But then again, you were in go mode. Can't entirely blame you there.
Yeah, I mean, it was even the God TR, kind of. Like getting 2 keys for free. Big key for free. And Crystal
Yeah,
Roll
you
also.
literally could have skipped I'm assuming you were looking for swords and silvers and laser bridge, because otherwise you had no reason.
Yeah. I was looking for a sword simply. I wasn't sure if I would check anything because in my mind I said, well, you get whole GT in front of you. And then I was like, oh no, wait, no GT. Well, this gonna be Master Sword Ganon only. And then I missed the torch for some weird reason. I don't know what happened. Like I spammed my button, it should have like thrown away about I don't know how many inches, but whatever.
Yeah. Also, if you could take, I'm sure you noticed on your screen, our pedestal this time, Master Shovel.
So we would need to pay attention, or would have need to pay attention what the shovel actually has.
Yeah, nobody was getting that though.
Not a chance. Even though Ninja Tuna does have 2 pendants, there's no chance that he's gonna dip into ice for the 3rd.
No. Because he's already in go mode. He's going straight to Turtle Rock. He's finishing this race.
So, a little mistake turned out to be a big one for me. I looked at the crystal and pendant situation after the escape, and I forgot which one was the red crystal. And then I thought, I think it is Eastern, but I'm not sure. And after finishing Eastern, I went to the pyramid because I was scared of the King's Tomb, which ended up being the flute. But then I realized, wait a minute, don't I have 2 red crystals? Alright, let's walk back from the pyramid. Let's get the big bomb. You don't want to miss that one. There was nothing behind the bow. Let's check it out. And then the mids turn up to be there.
Yeah, we noticed that.
I was still scared by the boots locations and graveyard ledge especially because I think I would have gone everywhere basically. And then I see the flute and I'm like, dang, this is gonna be the most awkward ice rod hunt I've ever seen. And then it's simply an attic. Simply an attic.
Yeah.
Hanging out there like, cool. Yo, if you want to take me, take me. You don't want to take me, well, have fun without me.
No, we already knew that Ice Rod was there, so we knew you were going to get it eventually. Also, while we've been waiting here, we had 2 other runners finish up. Salty Fry has taken 4th place with 1:15.51, improving their personal best by a whole 17:39. That is a GG right there. And Plasma Kappa takes 5th place with 1:17.59.
I'm sorry, Plasma Kappa, if you're here. I got the help this time, I guess. Although 5th place is still a pretty good thing. I mean, how many people are we? Like 20?
Yeah, you guys got quite a large amount of people in there, so yeah. And Duran now learns. Actually, didn't they already check, or was that somebody? Was that Scruff? Because I know Scruff checked it, but I thought Duran had already checked pedestal. Well, now everyone knows what's on pedestal. Yeah, fair enough.
No, it was a cool seed. I mean, the early game was amazingly stacked. Like that was something. Almost having Dark World access with mirror. Well, I mean, 2 pieces were still missing, but you know, gloves and mirror.
It was amazing how early the gloves showed up for how late the mitts were found. The mitts were the last thing that, as the commentators, we needed to find for no mode.
Well, technically, it was the hardest thing to get, I would say.
Yeah, because it was behind Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised it was last. It was just amusing to me that it basically bookended the entire run.
Honestly, I think I'm still the only one in true Go mode with the GT Big Key. That's my story today. And I'm absolutely proud of that.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
Just another fast Ganon GT dip for me. Like, there was one time when I was on Restream where I finished the fast Ganon with doing completely Ganon's Tower, and then in the interview was asked about it, and I was like, oh, I guess I forgot it is fast Ganon.
It happens. Also, a couple more runs have come in. Hydropower 78 taking 6th place with 121.37, and Hitsuyan taking 7th place with 122.52, improving their PB by 11.32. Also, Wolf Bances, I know you're in the chat. You'll appreciate this. We got a comment from Hydropower. Wolfman seed greater than Math Girl seed. Ooh!
Oh, I think I actually know what that's in reference to as well.
Math Girl's seeds tend to be a lot more trolly, even though, like, again, it's completely random. It's just, I've seen what happens when she rolls seeds.
Fair. I think in this particular case, though, I think Math Girl was the person who rolled the seed that I mentioned earlier that had one of the runners in Ganon's tower in under an hour.
Oh, yeah. That might have been the other one I calmed, because I calmed a seed recently that was super fast. That might have been the one I was talking about.
I think it might have been, because I was on tracker for that one.
I think I remember that. And Duran skipped the silver, skipped purple chest, and is checking, for some reason, Lumberjack.
I think Durand has mismarked something on their tracker, maybe, because that feels like a desperation play. Like, that feels like I have missed something and I don't remember what.
Yeah, I'm getting the vibe too, but he's about to find what he's looking for, because he's heading over to King's Tomb, so once he goes in there, he's going to find what he's looking for. But Tabby Cat, now finishing up Turtle Rock, has their last crystal. They are on their way to Ganon, and Scruff Ninja Tuna not far behind. Thankfully for Duran, he's only got one dungeon left to finish, and that's Misery Mire, so he shouldn't be too far off.
No, although Mire isn't the fastest dungeon in the world, it's also not terribly complicated if you're already in go mode, so...
And that's go mode for Duran. Tabby, I was about to say, she's just going to get some sword and bomb upgrade, or arrow and bomb upgrades.
Yeah, she's got her silvers. She wanted to make sure she was not in any risk of running out.
Can't say I blame her on that one, especially with Ganon coming up. She wants to take no chances, and she's gonna stock up on potions while she's. She is armed to the teeth. She's got Master Sword. She's got silvers. She's... Oh, she's going that way around. Okay, that makes sense. I see what she...
Yeah, I think both entrances, if you haven't done AGA 1, would be relatively equivalent in terms of which one's fastest. So... But I'm right there with you. I was confused for half a second too, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you can get to Pyramid this way as well, can't you?
I just never see anyone go this way. I always see people go to Link's house or go to South Shore and go through that portal. But no, this makes sense. I see the logic here. Quote unquote.
All right, guys. I just want to say thank you for having me on the restream.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ravis. GG. And we'll hope to see you now.
Oh, sure.
With that, Tabby Cat now the second of our featured runners to hit the Ganon fight. And I believe we did get some other runners that tuned in at this point. Oh, several. Run Puba takes 8th place with 125.12. Sandra's 316 takes 9th place with 127.42, improving their PB by 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And Guitar Girl TS9 takes 10th place with 128.07, improving their PB by a full 17 minutes.
This has just been a really good run for PBs, I think.
Fast Ganon will do that. I mean, this is a new category, so I think a lot of runners haven't really done this enough, so that's why we're seeing a lot of quick PBs. But having a seed like this certainly helps in that regard too.
Absolutely.
It's like what Ravis was saying earlier, how they don't run this seed very often, this kind of seed very often, so it's something new.
Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of it, though. Climbing Ganon's tower is a long climb, and while it's like true to the game, it's kind of really consistently repetitive, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. No, it definitely, I can see why this seed was developed, because yeah, it doesn't, like, aside from the big key hunt, there's really there's nothing really random about it. But here's answer question. Wolfman Duran found Tempered Sword in Mimic Cave. He was the only one who checked Mimic Cave.
I'm just glad Ravis still had the schedule up in his other window, or whatever he said, because that was the only thing that prevented him from going all the way up the tower.
Indeed. And Runespism just got 11th place with 128.59, improved their PB by 16.13.
Congratulations to them. Meanwhile, Durand is using the cape and boot strats to take out Vitreous' little eye.
Yeah, that was what Ravis was trying to do earlier, but couldn't quite pull off. And he's just keeping the cape on to whack on the eyeball. Hoping to finish it off before it runs out, and he pulls it off. Nicely done.
Meanwhile,
Looks like Tabby Cat
also missed the torch glitch.
Yeah, not as devastating for her because she's got silver, so it won't be as bad.
Oh no, it's not as bad. It's still annoying though.
Oh, absolutely. Also, we can confirm that Orange is taking 12th place with 130.11.
Congratulations to him.
The only tricky part with Master Sword Silvers is you still kind of have to use spin strats on Ganon. And this actually creates a conundrum because if you hit him too late, you actually only just do damage and you don't freeze them, so the silvers don't get to do as much damage as they were. But nonetheless, that's bacon for Tabby Cat, just as Scruff Ninja Tuna enters the Ganon fight himself. So let's see, as Tabby Cat will enter the room, and she is going to finish in 13th place with an official time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Yep, and congratulations to Tabby Cat. Durand is entering the pyramid, so we officially now have all of our runners make it to Ganon. And given how much Durand seemed to be struggling earlier, he made up quite a bit of time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That said, I believe in the race between Master Sword Silvers and Tempered Sword Silverless, I think the Silvers have the advantage.
Yeah, like we said, you know, there's still the risk of that, but we'll see how it plays out. Meanwhile, Tabby Cat joining us here in the call. Tabby Cat, GG.
GG's, everyone.
Very nice run.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that scene?
It's my first time ever being restreamed, and so I was super nervous. And then I felt like my routing was like completely on point though, because there was a couple points where I was like, okay, you know, because Scruff has been kind of mentoring me a little bit, so I've been kind of taking all of his advice and stuff. So I was like, wait, he said that if this happens, and go here, and so I felt like, you know, I felt that earlier swamp, instead of waiting until I was in go mode or something, was a better place so I could loop everything in with the pyramid, and it's just, I felt a whole lot better than I thought it would.
No, you did fantastically. You didn't make any blatantly bad mistakes here. It's just at the end, that logic kind of threw everybody off a little bit, especially with those Titans mitts. But no, a couple of those items you did pretty good on overall. So I got no.
I was really surprised that I beat Scruff. That's like the only thing I'm surprised about right now. I beat him a total of like 4 times ever. And I hate Master Silvers. I hate Master Sword Ganon, period.
I don't think anyone likes it.
You.
And speaking of your buddy Scruff, he just actually finished off Ganon. He's about to enter the room here very quickly.
GG Scruff.
And he finishes in 14th place with a time of 1:33.40. We're gonna try to see and get him in here to talk with you guys, and I don't think Duran's gonna be that much farther behind, so we might be getting all 3 of you guys here around the same time. And there's Scruff Ninja Tuna joining us here in the call. GG Scruff.
GG.
GG Scruffy.
GG.
Also, Tabby, you might want to mute your stream because we can actually hear ourselves.
Yeah, I've got it. Oh, mute my stream. Hold on.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. And Duran now, but that's all right. It happens. Duran now finishing up, entering and gets 15th place with a time of 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 19 seconds.
That was such a fun seed.
Yeah, it was.
I liked it. It was fun.
It was certainly interesting to comment.
Like my really crazy instant routing right out of Sanctuary.
Did you go to the mountain first?
Yes.
Okay, that
Yeah,
was
you
like,
did.
I was totally going to do that, and then I was like, you know what? I have a feeling. So then I just went to CAC instead.
Yep.
In
To be fair, sorry.
I was just gonna say, Tabby Cat's the only person who went Kakariko first. Everyone else went up the mountain.
Oh, dang.
And
I
to be
had-
fair, both routes had their benefits. Like, CAC had a lot of the quality of life stuff because it had half magic and blue mail off Sick Kid. But obviously, Death Mountain had the progression since you could, thanks to having the hammer early on and the mirror, you could get hook shot and flippers very quickly that way.
Oh, dude, finding the freaking Moon Pearl over there, I was like, oh my god. This is terrible.
I didn't go to the mountain until after I went to South Shore. And so I had actually already gone up to Zora and seen the Moon Pearl and was like, I should have gone to the mountain.
Yeah.
And that sucks too, because the bow was sitting there right on Lake Hylia, so you couldn't even do the bow splash deletion.
Nope.
But
Yeah, you
goodness
would have
gracious.
thought with the item layout the way it was that this would have trolled you guys hard, but in quite the opposite. This was a jet seed.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I trolled myself with that stupid cane, though.
I just was like, okay, at the very end at Meyer, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go down to check the item because I didn't check it, and then had my whole route all planned out in my head and was like, oh look, it's a cane. Let's go.
Yeah, that one was fabulous. This is my this routing was my patented galaxy brain leading to a brain fart. I have dubbed the galaxy fart.
I approve.
Galaxy fart.
And people say I cringe.
No, you don't have anything on Scruff.
You obviously have never heard my commentary before.
Well, you're not best friends in real life with Scruff.
Yeah, that's fair point. Fair point. Meanwhile, we've got Duran joining us here in the call. Duran, GG.
GG.
GG's.
GG Durand.
So how was that seed for you?
It wasn't so much the routing. My execution was awful today. I died twice in escape.
Yeah, we
bad.
noticed that. That
That's
was gonna be my
not
first
normal.
question.
No, that's not normal. I've not died in escape since July.
I thought you were gonna say like 93.
But yeah, 93. Back in my day when I was like, what, this game was out 2 years, and then I was just that good.
Dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me how old I am. Thanks. But to be fair, you caught up really quickly. Like, even with all of that, you managed to finish just right behind Scruff by only a few, like a minute or two. So you did really good.
By the way, where the heck was Tempered?
Mimic
Mimic.
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, of course, the one thing. Yeah, speaking of weird routing, did you guys enjoy my Turtle Rock routing?
To be fair, I think we were busy watching other stuff at the time you were in Turtle Rocks. I don't think we caught that.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, now you know we're gonna go back and watch the VOD to see what
Now
you
I'm
did.
gonna watch the VOD on that.
Yeah, that's the reason why you always remember to steal the key from the Hoku Poku.
Oh no.
Because I forgot to. And yeah, guess what was in the lava chest?
Oh, was that the other key you were missing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
See, Bravus was the first one to finish. He skipped that chest entirely, but he stole the key, so he had 2 keys going into. He had the key he needed. He only did laser bridge to check for items. He didn't need it. He had the key going into laser.
He was probably checking for silvers, which I gotta say, I'm glad I didn't go mode the Titansmiths, because I never would have found those silvers.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Those silvers, very elusive. In case you're wondering, Durant, since I know you didn't find them, you skipped silvers because they were in purple.
Okay, so yeah, it just made sense to me at that point. I'd already cleared the southwest area, so it made no sense to go down there and do purple chest. Instead, I routed the north side, and was a little disappointed when I saw go mode in King's Tomb, because sometimes I like to just get that one chest out of the way, save and quit, just as a side thing, because it's pretty quick. But I thought, no, I'll just route all of them in, and yeah, that costs a lot of time. But it's rando. What do you want, right?
It's rando. It
Exactly.
happens.
I feel like I was the only
Yeah.
person whose go mode was Canis Maria.
Freaking, I looked all over for that freaking cane. I even checked Ped, and I was like, all right, maybe it's gonna be underneath the Master Shovel.
Yeah,
I
that's
flew
I
over and
saw
it's
that shovel. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
I was actually just about to ask about that. Thoughts on the Master Shovel?
I totally made it that one. When I saw Bonta and other people finishing, I was like, yeah, this isn't all dungeons. They wouldn't be done that fast.
That
could
was
be,
my
but I
saving
doubted
grace.
it. Yeah.
I'm just deeply disappointed we don't get to know what was in the dig spot now. As soon as we found out that we were probably never going to check that spot, I really wanted to know what it was.
Shoot, I should have looked at my credits. It's in there. Like, they mention it in the credits.
Oh yeah, that's right, they do. All right, someone go watch the VOD real quick and tell us what it was. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Dance Dad. You're awesome. It was arrows, apparently.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Boy, that would have been disappointing to go fetch.
Right.
I was
God.
so nervous that it was going to be Kane though, because I was like, nothing else. Like every single one of these things doesn't need the cane.
Actually, I'd heard one of the runners skipped Sanctuary Chest, and I really felt for him on that one, because I think 2 races ago I did the same thing, and it was boots.
Yep.
Oh,
So
God,
yeah,
Oof.
yep, I thought, oh, that's the map, I'm good, forgetting that I totally had no bombs to get the 3 chests and sewers. Only realized later, oh, well, now I can get those 3 chests up there, since that one chest is the map. Wait. Oh, crap. Yeah, at least I realized it early, but yeah, that costs you. So that had to hurt him.
It's alright, it's Hitsu. He would have only gotten like 1 place above that.
Yeah, I mean, he still did well for forgetting it. I mean, it happens. Feels bad, but, not likely to make that mistake again anytime soon, so.
That's right. It's because deep down he knew that hydropower was going to go ahead and lose to him. So he was like, "You know what? I'm going to be nice. I'm going to let him beat me. So I'm going to forget the mirror." That's exactly what happened.
All right. Well, we should probably wrap things up. Any last words from you guys before we call it a night?
Remember the galaxy fart.
GG's, everyone.
GG's.
Indeed. GG's to all you guys. If you guys enjoyed our runners, make sure you give them a follow on Twitch. Ravis, Duran, TabbyCat54, and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. Give them a follow. And, of course, shout out to our trackers, D2 Kemps and Tau Decay. Awesome job keeping the items lit up for us. And, of course, myself, my co-commentator, Glacial. Glacial, pleasure working with you.
It's an absolute pleasure working with you as well.
And make sure you guys follow all of our channels for all the upcoming races in Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6. Keep all the upcoming races, plenty of them going around. So you don't want to miss out on any of that. Schedule is located in the description below so you know what's coming around the bend. But in the meantime, we want to thank you guys for joining us as always. On behalf of everyone here at the Speed Gaming family, my name is The Shades, and we will see you guys next time. Rock on!